To the many friends and family who have travelled distances to get here, and to those who have been able to simply catch a lift on a tractor. I'm glad you made it. Thank you. When Lesley approached me and asked if I would stand by her side and walk down the aisle, I was at first honoured, and then when it sank in precisely what she was asking, I was absolutely delighted. The idea that I would get the chance to stand up in public with a guaranteed audience of more than one person was absolutely insane. And so I accepted without question. For those of you who don't have a clue who I am, and have been wondering for a while now who on earth is talking around me is Hugh Grant, just for the record, he stole my career. Anyway, I first met Lesley at college, the Jellicoe Theatre to be precise, a small yet perfectly formed theatre in the heart of Poole in Dorset. We were 16 and following our dreams of one day becoming stars. Thanks, Hugh. At college, I was small and looked about 8, whereas Lesley was beautiful and looked like she could act. I remember thinking to myself, how on earth is a boy who looks about 8 with a voice who hasn't really broken yet going to get with a mile of this amazing girl called Lesley, who catches a bus from Swanage and looks like she can act? And so I played the small card. To be honest, there's no alternative, but it felt like the right call nonetheless. It was the first day of term, warm September 1985, when I approached Lesley with caution as she stood in the car park at the Jellicoe Theatre. I looked upwards. It was different for a boy like me when approaching people for the first time, because unlike most of you guys at 16 years of age, I never really found myself looking for the eyes of anyone. But instead, the first port of call for me was always looking up into the nostrils. And as I expected, Lesley had perfectly formed nostrils. So I stood there, looking up into the nostrils, trying not to shake with fear at the prospect of her not even having seen me. But she did. And so I said the first thing that came to my mind, hi. It was a knockout opening line, which I'm still proud of to this day, because obviously it's here and I'm here 30 years later. But it could have been so very different. Not my opening line that was delivered, because that was delivered with precision and in English. But it was Lesley's response. It was the sounds I remember hearing for the first time, being released from Lesley's mouth. I stood there looking up into the nostrils thinking, what did she just say? I smiled and I repeated the word, hi. And again Lesley responded with a collection of words that can only be described as from another planet. I remember thinking that perhaps if she was from another planet, and that would account for her out-of-world beauty. Then it dawned on me, with the help of some trusting advisors who were also on our course, Lesley wasn't an alien at all. She was from Liverpool. To this day, she's always insisted she was from Chester. You can't blacken. I know my accent's from my Liverpools. And there's no way that accent's Chester. But over time, I was relieved to listen as the accent diluted somewhat, and after some intense speech therapy sessions, we were able to actually have a decent conversation in English. Lesley and I became friends instantly. From that first moment of awkwardness when I couldn't understand a word she was saying, and she couldn't see me because I was so small, we were friends, and that friendship has lasted for many, many years, and for that I am eternally grateful. The Jellicoe Theatre was the foundation on which so many of us here today rely heavily on still to this day. The lessons we learned and the friendships we made. 30 years and here we are, on this brilliant day, in this quite brilliant location, somewhere in the middle of this gorgeously brilliant countryside. After college, it was time to leave the security blanket that was Dorset and head for London, and it was no surprise to any of us that Lesley's talent landed her a place at the prestigious Webber Douglas School of Dramatic Art, where she excelled. As is often the case with life, we saw each other less, but made sure that we still kept in contact. On graduating from Webber Douglas, Lesley found herself working as an actress on various projects, from high-quality TV drama written by obscenely talented TV writers to far higher quality theatre work happened coincidentally to a bit of irony, that trying to stay positive in a world which at times feels as though it is determined to break you is one of life's most difficult tasks, and it is only really made possible with the help of those loved ones around you. I have been lucky enough to know a lot of Lesley's close friends and her family, and it is clear to me that with her friends she makes very careful selections. Which brings me on to the man she has selected to spend the rest of the days with and bring up their wonderful family, Nancy and Ned and Josh. I remember getting the call. Andy, I've met someone. Okay, I thought, brilliant. We all need to meet someone eventually. I did immediately think of that time in the car park at the Jellicoe Theatre when I looked up into the nostrils of what might have been, but deep down, I knew that was never really going to work. I supported Manchester United for a start. Now we all know how the Republicans from Chester feel about that. Anyway, she carried on. I've met him before. Now this was a little odd, I thought, so I asked, when you say you've met him before, I know him. Okay, so this was getting a little odd. I knew him before I knew you. But this came as a shock, because I had no idea Lesley had a life before me. It's Marcus. Alarm bells rang, sirens lit up, and the world started to spin off its axis. Marcus? I'm going to move in with him. Well, surely she's not going back to Swanage, I thought. In Berwick. Where the hell's Berwick, I thought. Scotland? I replied. Well, it depends on the mood, Lesley replied. You're going to move in with Marcus in Berwick upon Tweed? Yes. She actually sounded so happy and excited that I can only think that this Marcus, which I was referring to, had now become a high-level TV and film director, destined for and ultimately an Oscar. Well, what does he do? I asked, thinking if it is a TV and film, then he absolutely must be my latest screenplay. But he runs a quarry. A what? Quarry. Okay, this is now turning into an emergency, and I needed to see her quickly before she did something that she was going to regret. Wait there, you're making a mistake. You can't live the rest of your days in Berwick upon Tweed with a coal miner. Andy, I really like him, and I'm going. We've met up a few times now, and I really like him, and I'm going. And that was that. Lesley went to Berwick. Not to live the rest of her days with a coal miner, but to start a new chapter with a man who is, quite simply, a very good man. Once again, Lesley, you have made the perfect selection. Marcus, you must have been dreading the moment you had to meet the Jellicoe crew, and then the London lot. But you never once allowed that dread to overwhelm you. From the first moment I met you, you have made us all feel so welcome in your home and in your life. I know you're not a coal miner, and that you don't have to go down a pit. But instead you are a highly skilled stonemason who loves my friend more than anything. It has been an honour to be a part of this brilliant day in this quite brilliant location, somewhere in the middle of this gorgeously brilliant countryside. And even though I'm not Hugh Grant, I thank you both from the bottom of my heart. Marcus, you already know this. Nancy, Ned, Josh, you do too. But just in case you ever forget, your wife, your mum, our friend, is quite simply wonderful. I look at you both, and your family and your friends who are here today to share with you this most excellent of days, and I cannot help but smile. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in raising a glass to this most brilliant couple, Marcus and Lesley. Thank you. Because I give you that.
Apparently he likes that.
I was going to say just has occurred to me, but it hasn't because it's written on this piece of paper. That it's probably a bad idea if anybody's thinking of getting married after this. Get a playwright to speak to you. Can you imagine how he's feeling as well? I really got to it. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to read this because I'm going to tell the story of me and Lel. And so there's lots of words that I need to get in and I'll forget them if I don't read it. So. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you will remember 1983. Many of you will remember Easter, April 1983, when I remind you that in the UK top 40 singles charts at that time, there's one for everybody here, were such classics as True by Spandau Ballet, The Jeep, Michael Jackson and Beat It, Keep Feeling Fascination, the Human League, that's for Siobhan, Church of the Poison Mind, Culture Club, Let's Dance, David Bowie, Love is a Stranger, Eurythmics, We Are Detective, that's Left Field, Thompson Twins, The Awesome Blue Monday by New Order, Temptation, Heaven 17, and The Fools, Boxer Beats from Joe Boxers. It was a time of synth pop, new romantics, casuals, espadrilles, flicked hairdos, and stone-washed jeans. Prior to this particular Easter, Nick and I, we were just simple lads, washing up for a holiday living in local hotels, and talking mostly about motorcycles versus BMX bikes, and the need to share a flat when we got older as near as possible to a Kentucky Fried Chicken shop. Which incidentally, I did. With Dan Roberts. Yeah. In fact, if you look at the pictures on your thing, you can see my flicked hairdo. So, but this particular Easter, things changed for us in our hometown of Swanage in Purbeck, Dorset. Because our mate, Stunter, so called because he wanted to be a stuntman when he grew up, held an all-night party with his two sisters when his parents went away. From strictly religious parents, these three kids were like recoiled springs. Yeah. From strictly religious parents, these three kids were like recoiled springs, ready to explode the moment their parents headed for their Jehovah's Witness big weekend. The big day arrived, and as the parents' Austin Allegro disappeared at Purbeck, each of the three immediately invited their entire school year to the Hazwrecker of the century. For Nick and I, it was the first time we'd been invited anywhere at all. Nobody wanted to know us. And fate had decided that several school years were going to have a party together. And so it was that as the house tried to leap from its foundations at the top of Gordon Road, as this mega party leapt into life, I first met the love of my life, Lesley G. Wood. Nick had met Lesley elsewhere in the party and had kindly introduced me to her. And as Nick went off to see if he could get a couple of mugs of gin or something, whatever he could muster, Lesley and my immediate future was sealed with a kiss. And what a kiss this was. This was not like an embarrassing clash of teeth and weird breath. that I had ever known before. These two faces, they just fit. They were like pieces of a jigsaw. It gets you, it really gets you. So the next day, with a bleary head but a skipping heart, it was back to my holiday job at Mines the Newsagents in the hotel. The hours dragged by desperately slowly until suddenly, through the aged double wooden doors at the other end of the shop, came Lesley and her best mate, Tina Churchill. Giggling in a huddle and heading straight for the large crisp section around 15 feet away from my back of the shop counter until their heads disappeared behind the shelving, occasionally peeping over the top of the dolls who hadn't already sold it. Nobody moved. The tension was intense. I was desperate to speak to them, but the manager's one-way glass window was just right behind me, and she was peering into my back. But the problem was they weren't picking up any crisps and bringing them over. So eventually I cracked, and being the gentleman that I was, went over to see if I could assist them with their snatchers. Some nervous, giggly chatter later, and our first real date was set for that evening at Swaнаge's top romantic hotspot, the Municipal Disco. The place that launched a billion snogs. And so it was that we started going out, aged 14 and 15, with a dance at the Muni Disco to the Cure's Love Cats. Inexplicably that summer, Burt Bacharach love songs like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head seemed to fill our every moment in each other's company. That summer school holiday, Lesley's waitress wages kept us in chips and honeydew melon, whilst I saved every penny I had for my upcoming 16th birthday and the purchase of my desperately desired Yamaha FS1E cruising motorcycle. Long, hot summer days spent joined at the hip. First cigarettes, first serious dancing at the disco, first everything. As first loves go, this was the real deal. As autumn 1983 arrived, we all went back to school. Lab, me, Nick and others on the back seat of the number 16 double-decker bus from the Baptist Church bus stop to Purbeck Upper School, 10 miles away in Wareham. Sometimes, if the weather was good, I would run the gauntlet and ride my Lesley to school, where the serious motorcycle competition was, with the likes of Adrian Evrapides, Wareham's equivalent to Valentino Rossi, now on table 8, and my arch rival, the Red Baron, Glenn Belly Axon, from the year above, leading the cream of Wareham's 50cc motorcycle talent in herds, swarming all over me like maniac wasps, from the moment I screamed into town, until the moment I left. But I was not deterred, as it meant I could follow the number 16 bus home, showing off my motorcycle skills to my adoringly biased girlfriend, waving out of the back of the window, and rolling her eyes occasionally as I hit the bus with my ever more daring leg. 1983 came and went, and by 1984 I was spending my final year at school virtually every evening round at Port Hill Wines, which was Lel's shop, Lel's mum's shop. Not doing my homework whilst Lesley did hers. She dreaming of a career in acting, and me dreaming of a faster exhaust pipe for my moped. Writing was on the wall, really. By the autumn of 1984, my mum had decided that I would be a plumber. Clearly, I wasn't deciding anything. And had sent me off to Bournemouth and an apprenticeship, whilst Lesley, still at school, was about to enrol at the Jellicoe Theatre in Poole and was pursuing her acting dream. Here, our paths divided. And we went our separate ways,
She eventually to the bright lights of London Drama School and the Lifestyle of Fame Academy. Me to plumbing, playing in bands, and concentrating very hard on failing to become a serious musician. Whilst our dear old schoolmate, Stunter, disappeared into a life as a highly successful and fearless plasterer. Fast forward 20 years to May 2004, and in the UK, album charts this month were number 1, Hopes and Fears, Key. Number 2, You Are Quarry, Morrissey. Number 3, A Brand Don't Come for Free, The Streets. Plus Joss Stone with the Soul Sessions, the Scissor Sisters with Scissor Sisters, Guns N' Roses for Tim Hewlett, Greatest Hits. Down 14 at 22, Final Straw from Snow Patrol. Down 25 at 42, 20-something, Jamie Callum. And down 26 at 43, Jamie Russ. I had swapped a failed attempt at music long ago to become a rock star of another kind in a Scottish sandstone group. Whilst occasionally over the years, seeing Lesley on the telly doing something like getting married in an episode of Peak Practice, or getting covered in blood in an episode of The Bill. But it would seem that by 2004 we had both reached a crossroads in our lives. I was punch-drunk, divorced, and looking after my son and stepson in Berwick, having just binned another challenging relationship with a crazy Spaniard. No offence, Lewis. Whose catchphrase was, "Why you not love me?" And now, having recently come out of a long-term relationship. Fate then to hand, and with a series of utter chance encounters, bumping into Eileen, emails either way, and deciding to meet up just for a cup of tea. Well, I said just for a cup of tea. We found that underneath all that life had dealt us in between, we were still the dream team of 1983. The rest you all know. Lesley showed the ultimate commitment to our future by moving up here within 6 months of us meeting again, building a strong relationship with Josh in no time, and between us building this lovely family here today, and for which we are both incredibly grateful. So for me, for us, today is the crowning moment in a 33-year story so far. As some of you will know, I am and have always been a bit of a reclusive type. the crowd goes that way, it just tends to go that way. And the temptation might have been to tiptoe off somewhere and get married. And yet, despite that, when you begin to think of all of you, family, fantastic aunties and uncles, including you, Auntie Frances. she refuses to be called auntie, that's what I was saying. Fabulous cousins, all sides of the family, fantastic. Friends from the south, friends from the north, some new and some old. Rock and roll royalty in the form of my favourite ever band, the Swillers. You maybe just replacing this. People that have been integral parts of our lives all the way through. There is simply no way we could have got married without asking every single one of you here to be with us today. Of course, there are others, in particular my dear mum, who is very dearly missed here today. But I am cheered by the thought that she believed that Lesley was the maker of me and would have approved of today entirely. So we are incredibly thankful to you all for making the effort to be here today. Living here is even a long way if you're local. But many of you have travelled around London, Devon, Dorset, not to mention my dear friend Tim and Marietta coming all the way from Sweden, and my favourite Polish dentist and air rifle pilots, Thomas and Agatha, all the way from Gdansk in Poland. We are humbled, we are really humbled at all of your attendance today. We would finally like to particularly thank my sister Lou for her unerring support throughout the process of Lesley's arranging everything. Of course, making the cake in the family tradition, and along with Alan providing us with the childcare we desperately needed today. To my dear friend Sean Courtney, who's been utterly dependable, as I knew he would be, in getting everything, including Lesley, where she needed to be, whenever it was needed. And of course, to our great friend Caroline, for so generously volunteering to take our photographs today. I would also like to thank Eileen for her utter bias in stoically preferring me to any other boyfriend. I entirely agree with you. So to finish, I would like to raise a toast to the most important thing I know, to all of you, to family and to friends. And now, I would like to hand you over to the man that started it all off. The man that stood at ground zero. The man that, despite everything, has been a constant source of friendship and laughter since I was 9 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, the man with 1,000 nicknames. NJ, Nicky, Nicky Jones, Nikolai Johnson, Green Nick, Nobby, the Lobster. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the best man, Mr. Green Nick Rizzler Roland Johnson. Thank you. She's right, as per what Paul says, it's nice to receive a warm hand upon your entrance.
Hey! Hey! Good night.
I'm very nervous. I've spoken to a lot of people. A lot of research. I've combat nerves. I feel quite vulnerable. It is suggested that to get over this, you imagine somebody else sat in their underwear. So you'll have to excuse me sometimes if I'm myself. My usual responsibility at a wedding is to get drunk, stick the tie around the head, and skin it all down to be solved. But when Marcus phoned me 6 months ago to say, we're getting married, can you come? My response was instant, of course. We're going to do that. He said, I said to Marcus, who's going to be your best man? He said, we've had the last 16. He said, next week's boot camp. Then it's judges' houses. Then it's about singing a duet with Rihanna, which looks a little bit much. But anyway. I wanted to help. I wanted to be involved with the wedding. I wanted to be involved with the plan. And I know they were having problems with the table plan. Who to put where? Who to sit with who? So we devised a plan to say that who was liable to buy the most expensive presents for the head table. So, on behalf of Lesley, I just want to say thank you for the tea towels. Before we go any further, I just feast your eyes on the iPad in this top table. The bride in Ripley. The posh and bets of Berwick. I said to Marcus one day, I said, how posh is she? He said,
Because she's down south.
when she's back, she gets out when she gets to me. I said, that's posh, mate. I said, my business is posh and she don't. But we can go back to Marcus. If you know his family, you'll understand where he gets his matinee arguments. But it hasn't always been this way, as it translates. Marcus, or Will, as he's affectionately known to his family, because of his uncanny resemblance to his grandfather, Will, was an incredibly. So much so that young parents took him back to the hospital. But they were informed that Marcus had a rare condition known as Zachary's disease. It's where his face, the same as his eyes. They say by the time you reach your 40s, damage is done. That's the face you deserve. But as you can all see, Marcus now has a beautiful face. And a cracking body. Very good. So, I need to talk about Marcus. So I'm going to give you a massively edited, potted history of the life and times of Marcus Payne as seen through the eyes of Nick Johnson. What? I'm going to take you back to 1977. I'll do that every year, doesn't it? It was the Queen's Silver Jubilee, there was a heat wave, Star Wars, the Saturday Night Fever in the charts, Elvis and Mark Bolan had died. So anarchy was in the UK. Not a California farmer one. If you was to listen in on a pre-pubescent master's bedroom, you'd have got a young man furiously strumming away. Influence. The unmistakable three chords. Influenced in big part by his big brother, Joe. Debonair, double, denim clad big brother Joe. Now, Joe's other influence on Marcus was motorbikes. Passions that continue to this day. So you got motorbikes, status quo, double deck. The classic rock and roll combination of it. Well done. Now, another massive milestone in 1977 was our first year at Swanee Hills. Now, we're all a little bit nervous on Saturday. A few of our pals were here today, sussing out the class, we were thrown in with the tough kicks for us. And we're sussing out the class, and I look over my left shoulder, and I see a slightly tough, awkward lad. Rubbish haircut and ill-fitting clothes. Put his face there. And I thought, I'm going to nip this in the bud and fix this dude. He looks like he's been doing this for me. I didn't. He is. Fine. There we go. Put it here. There for you. Now, as we said, Marcus grew up on California Farm, the exotically named California Farm. And being invited up there to play was always fun. Apart from that hill, well, like a true mate, he would come down and tow me back up on his motorbike, where we would spend the day playing in the quarry or farm. It was a pretty health and safety day, so no holidays. Hoping all along that you were going to be invited to stay at my band. Which dinner was midday. And tea was tea time. It was bad.
No lunch. You didn't use the word lunch when somebody's home. Our farmhouse feast would be served in the company of Anne, Lou, Joe, Pam and Steve at the head of the table. It was a real rites of passage up at California Farm. Marcus and I taught each other two very important life skills. Marcus taught me how to speak properly. And I taught Marcus how to whistle loudly. Still doing it? He still has to use his fingers. Big time. So, school came and went. No problems, and we were ready for the big wide world. Steve said to Marcus, he said, "What do you want to be, son?" Marcus said, "I want to be a farmer." So Steve knew the nuts and said, "Let's cut the babies for you." Which one get a bit of children's water? Came up like that. All along, Marcus was perfecting his craft as a musician, while we were perfecting our drinking techniques. Now these two hobbies, these two passions were always entwined. So, when we joined in the glory days of Swanage Sunday lunchtime drinking with its arm wrestling and eating competitions, Marcus and his bands would provide the soundtrack. Culminating with Marcus joining, like we said, the aforementioned Swimmers. We're with us today. Rock and roll royalty. They put aside their musical differences to be with us today. A very accommodating band. Always willing to take requests from their massive repertoire of music. Who both like music, country and western. All along, being showered with the underwear of adoring groupies as well. Some of these gigs even have girls do. Anyway, out of the blue, always one to do something out of the ordinary. Marcus sort of upsticks, who to seek his fortune, and the rest is history. Now there is a saying, thinking back to Marcus's farming roots, you reap what you sow. You get what you get. And Marcus has always done right by people, family, friends, and in business. He's a real stranger. When you look around you today, you get spotless. And there's also a saying, friends and acquaintances come and go. But they say, you can go through life and count the number of true friends on one hand, you've done everything. But you have more than that in this room today. So good people gravitate towards good people, so well done everybody. I didn't offer any advice on life to people in this room today. There are two words that I use. Low maintenance. Keep it simple. It's difficult to summarise what makes a good friendship, but what I do know is being friends with Marcus is low maintenance. Very simple, very straightforward. It's amazing how much past we accumulate with very little. We don't live in each other's pockets. We can go weeks or months without any contact. Done well if we sent a smiley face again. But all of a sudden, out of the blue, we get a text or a phone call, which is always funny and well. Usually, incredibly surreal. And none more so than the one I received on the eve of Julie and Jeff's wedding, which read, "Can't wait to see your face tomorrow. The last 20 years never happened. Welcome to the fridge." Now you're going to get a bit intrigued as to what that was like experience. But when he did appear on the eve of the wedding, looking very smug and pleased with himself, as he did today, with Lesley on his arm, it was like the Bobby Ewing shout scene in Dallas. You were taken back in time, you were placed in time, sexual sophistication. We were relevant. We headed off with a couple of party sevens, purchased by Joe, by the way, from Quarter Ones, by the way. What were you two thinking? We went. Now I need to fill in a few gaps. So we went to the party. You were in the room, doing okay. I was doing okay. There was a girl. We were chatting. We were laughing. Loving it, but let me refresh your drink. So I disappeared off to get a couple of gin and tonics. Now at this stage in the party, there was no lemon. There were no glasses. So I poured 2 teacups full of gin and I looked at my Cinderella. Searching from room to room. When I did eventually find she was locked in an embrace in the arms of another. So there I am, heartbroken, humiliated, betrayed, sobbing, 14 years old and drunk. And I've got the upper lip paper and hasn't it? Ask yourself, what 2 people? It's all right, so we laugh at it. So there he is. We'll give you Marcus Payne, the man, the family man, the businessman, the guitar man, the lover man, the motorcycle adventurer. But behind every great man is a great woman, all in her eyes. We all know what that is. Even on his wedding day, Marcus, the workaholic warrior, like Fred Flintstone, was heard to say that tonight he's hoping to make a bedrock. Take a look. Before I bring things to a close, we'd just like to wish Marcus and Lesley and the family a lovely honeymoon, but I hope you get some coronations. But I'd like to look back over the years to those 2 tubby, awkward lads with rubbish haircuts and ill-fitting clothes. And I realise nothing has changed. We're near in our 50s, and if you're still laughing at farts, you're all right. Leopards don't change their spots. And that's a good one. So, I'd very much like for you all to join me. But first of all, I'd like to tip my hat to Pam and Steve. A good job. Marcus is a top man, good mate, good lad, and a true man. And Eileen, again, good job. Lesley, beautiful, elegant, generous, kind, funny, yummy mummy you see before us. Who in turn is making Marcus the happy man I know he is today. Right group. How long was that? All the time.